and go in the Marisotta. Hi, welcome back. Today's the first all green brew day. All the equipment's set up. We're nearly up to temperature with the strike water. We're in the greenhouse. It's getting a bit warm. The grain bill's in. What I've decided to do, I've got no immersion chiller or chiller at all at the moment. So what I've done is I've put my fermentation fridge on, put it on down to 2 degrees. Once I've done the brew, I'm going to let it cool down a little bit out here. I'm going to put it in the fermentation bucket and take it and put it in the fridge. There's a chance we get a little bit of oxidisation. There's not really a lot I can do. I don't have a cube, so I can't put it in there to keep the oxygen out. So I just chill it down as quick as I can in the fridge. Because of this, I've decided to do a wheat beer. I quite like the Goose Island urban wheat. So what I've tried to do is do something similar. I've not gone exact. And for this we've got 2.6 kilograms of Marisotta, which is 63.4% of the grain bill. A dark wheat malt, which is 0.75 kilogram. That's 18.3% of the grain bill, and a torrefied wheat, which is 18.3% of the grain bill. We're going to add in our strike water. I've used Beersmith. That's telling me that I need to add it in at 74.9 degrees C for a 65.6 degree mash for 60 minutes. When we come on to the boil, we're going to be adding Liberty hops, 19.44 grams at the 60 minutes. At 15 minutes we're going to be adding 33 grams of Cascade. Also going to chuck in the World Flock tablet at the same time. And then finally, with 1 minute to go, a 19 gram drop hopper Cascade. Wish me luck. Right then, this is the grain bill. It's already in the mash tun. Everything's in. I've got it from my local homebrew shop, so hopefully everything's alright. Is that a good crush? Don't really know, to be honest. We'll give it a go. I've mixed everything in together because I don't know whether you leave it separate or mix it in, to be fair. So we give that a go. I'm going to underlet, and once it's we've got the right amount of water in, I'm then going to stir it up a little bit with a spoon and then leave it for its mash. Today everything's going to be done manually, really. I just overshot a little bit, 76.5 there, so I'm just recirculating. I need to get 74.9 is where we're aiming. At the minute it's running off the extension lead just on a 13 amp socket, which is getting hot actually. So we're just going to keep that recirculating. I bought myself a little pump that's down here. I'm just starting to underlet. Just going to give it all a stir, just to make sure we've got no dough balls. Right then, we've just done the mash for the hour. I've just got the HLT back on, heating the water up for our sparge, which needs to be 75.6. At the minute we're 76.6, so I'll turn the element off high tech. Just pull the plug out. And I'm just going to turn the pump off for a second. So the pump was recirculating the HLT water just so I get an even temperature. So we're back on now with the mash. Just going to check the temperature. It's the first time I've used this, so it feels hot. 65.5. .1 and 66.4. So the temperatures are good. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to run some water off into a jug and then pour it back over the top. Put the jug. I'm going to run it really slowly into the jug. And hopefully that will just clear the filter and give us a good filtration of our grain bed. That's what we're getting to start with. There's bits in it, so I'll carry that on for a bit. It's running much clearer now. I've probably taken off about 3 litres. You can see that. There's a couple of little tiny bits in there, but on the whole it's pretty good. I'm quite impressed with how it clears. Obviously, being the first time we're doing this, I've not seen for myself how quickly it clears. So I'm just pouring it back over the top very gently, just to not disturb that grain bed. Another one of my birthday presents for my wife was a refractometer. So I've just taken a little bit of the wort off. I'm just going to see what the gravity is, bearing in mind that this is the first run-ins. That's 1.075, so that's very, very sweet. There we go, guys, hopefully you can see that. A bit trickier than I thought doing this. Right, we've got the wort now running into the boil kettle. Bit of a rookie mistake. I couldn't work out why the wort wasn't running down. It seemed to run and then stop. So I opened the valve up full thinking that it blocked or something, and then realised I hadn't opened the bottom valve. So I opened the bottom valve full and it just gushed straight in. Probably disturbed the grain bed a bit. It seems to be running a bit clearer now. There we go, running really slowly into there. So what I'm going to do now, just keep an eye on that grain bed. Just when it starts to go, or before it goes dry, I'll then start the sparging and do that really slowly. On the top, I put a little valve that I had, because I've read with the pumps it's better to restrict the flow on the outflow of the pump than the in. So I obviously want to look after the pumps. I just started to sparge, and I don't know whether you can see it, whether I can get in there. Not sure how good this is coming out on the camera. I had a leak, started to look at it, and this fitting split here. That's hot. The fitting is split, so I'm a bit buggered there. Right, we seem to be sorted now. I swapped out the fitting. Right, I think the grain bed's starting to get a little bit dry now. Should have paid more attention on the video, shouldn't I? But we're getting there. The wort seems nice and clear. And I'm just going to switch the pump back on to see if I can sparge. Not sure how much you're going to see of that on the camera. That might be crap. But I've got it running really gently. And it's just keeping the water just on the top of the grains. So I'll close that down and hopefully all will be good. Right then, we're still sparging. We're about 19 litres now. Got about another two to three to run through. The sparge is going well practically. I've done a quick gravity reading and it's come out at 1.0. What's it come out at? 1.033. What I'm aiming for, according to Beersmith, is 1041 as the pre-boil gravity. I'm guessing my efficiency isn't so good. The other thing I've noticed, as I'm sparging, I've noticed some of the grains. I'm not sure obviously what ones they are. I'll put a picture of it probably up about here. So you can have a look. I don't know whether the grains aren't great quality, but there's a few sitting on the top where the endosperm has grown, and there's a little shoot coming out of it, probably 15 to 20 millimetres long. Does that mean that the grain's poor? I'm not really sure. I have to do some research, or if someone can help me, I'd appreciate it. Just going to carry on. Still pretty happy. Got a beer. It's not a homebrew because I've run out. But want to be on the way soon. Right, the sparge is done. Just finished. The final gravity reading coming out the sparge was 1.005. So there's very little left in there, very little sugar. Right, little dilemma there. The pre-boil gravity was a lot lower than I expected. 1027. So I just went for it. I chucked some brewing sugar in and I've got it up to 1.041 as it suggests the pre-boil gravity should be. Guessing the efficiency wasn't good. Pumped a little bit of alcohol in it. We should be looking at around sort of 4.2% really. Once it's done, the colour's good. Happy with that. It was just there weren't enough sugars in there. So I went and done it, chucked a bit of brewing sugar in. Right or wrong, who knows. Right then. We've got a reasonable rolling boil. The hop schedule is 19.44 grams of Liberty for 60 minutes. For the last 15 minutes we got a well flock tablet, we got 33 grams of Cascade, and then with a minute to go we've got 19 grams of Cascade. 19.44 grams of Liberty going in now. There we go, just look in the boil pot. It's all going well. Right, it's the last hot drop, which is Cascade 19 grams. So it's a minute under an hour now. And we're at 21 to 23 and a quarter litres left, which is about right. So all I've got to do now is just wait for this to cool down a little bit. Then I'm going to put it in the fermentation vessel or bucket, and then put it in the fermentation fridge. The fridge is down to 2 degrees at the moment. That's really the only way I've got to cool in the wort. But for safety reasons at the minute, I don't particularly want to move this whilst this is at boiling point. So it hasn't gone too bad today. I've learnt an awful lot. There are a few things on the equipment that I'll change. I could maybe add in the odd extra tap. I want to get a speed controller for the pump. Add another pump into the system as well. Eventually I'm going to be building a control panel which will have everything like that in it. But at the minute I've got no space to use to put it really. Only the greenhouse that we're in. I think most things will work quite well. I'm quite pleased with most of it. The efficiency I think is a lot lower than I expected. Maybe that's because it's the first one I've done. Maybe there's something I missed. I should do some reading. Obviously watch some more videos. See what I can change to make it better. But up here, if you like me, please click the subscribe button, share the video, and thanks for watching. Bye bye.